Hey everybody, just real quick because they're still working on the outside and I'm sure that you'll hear some knocking here soon. This video is about a tough subject and it took me a little bit to film because what the subject is and talking about my experience with the subject. This is kind of more of a serious video and it took a little bit longer, but yet I think it's good for information and also to share my experience with the subject. There will also be links below for any help or anything that you need. Yes, this video is not a pity party. This is not a feel sorry for me video. This is just purely something that I went through that I'm sharing with you the experience of. It's, to me, that it's helpful and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I'm sharing this video with you. So, thanks. Hi everybody. So this subject might be a little bit uneasy for some people, but I just wanted to go ahead and bring it up because it is something important that I think needs to be talked about more. And there was a point in my life that I assumed that suicide was the answer to all my problems. I had many things at that time that piled up in my life and I felt absolutely terrible and destroyed, and I didn't see any positive outcome. I didn't see tomorrow. I didn't see an hour from that time. All I could see is just an ending. And what happened is, of course, me being transgender and not facing this earlier in life, trying to be somebody that I wasn't, built up inside of me, and that caused, depression, anxiety, me not wanting to be around people, me becoming lazy, me becoming scared to be outside, me becoming scared to be around anybody. So I started avoiding everybody, and I came up with excuses to be away from everybody. I did leave for the military, and when I came back from the military at the end of 2005 or beginning of 2006, I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure it was at the beginning of 2006. I left the military active duty. I was technically still in the military, but I just left active duty. And I came home to Kentucky, and during this time, this transition back home from active duty, military, to being back home, leaving active duty, with, the losses, leaving active duty, and being alone, it took a toll on me. And plus I was also a pizza delivery person for the local pizza place, and my truck was dying. So it all added up. I felt stressed. I felt like I failed my family. I felt like I failed everybody. I felt like there was no way to make it better. I felt like there was no chance for me to make anything better. I was absolutely terrified, and I was alone. Hatred for myself because I knew who I really was, and I wanted to be on the outside who I was on the inside, and there was nothing I could do about it. I was too scared. I was too scared to face the issue in front of me. I was too scared to look at myself in the mirror and tell myself to move forward. I was too scared for anything, and I just couldn't do it anymore. It just got to the point where I just wanted it all to be over, and I had nobody. I was so afraid and alone, and I failed everybody in my life. I was the problem. I was a burden. I was the reason for the bad things I felt. So naturally I took it out on myself. What are you supposed to do when you're alone, scared? You have nobody to turn to, and you can't be yourself. You can't look at yourself in the mirror. You just can't do it anymore. And that's the point I reached. I reached a point where I thought there was no return. I thought, it was over. And sadly, I actually believed it. And I tried something that I shouldn't have done. No, the reason why I'm sharing this is because at that time, I was sure that it was over, that it was the end, and I just wanted that release, that release of not feeling guilty anymore, not feeling bad, not feeling like all the problems in the world are my fault. And that's what I was scared of. I wanted it all to be over. I wanted the hate for myself to be over. I wanted the stares to be over. I wanted being uncomfortable around other people. Having people look at me because they know that I'm uncomfortable and uneasy. Other people can sense that type of stuff. And the depression and anxiety on top of that, that was my only outlook in life, was to end it. So that's what I attempted to do. Now, I broke the bottle and I did cut away at my wrist, and I remember looking and just seeing the blood pour out everywhere and just thinking to myself, now it's like a countdown, it's only a matter of time. The next day though, I did wake up very, very late in the day, and I was actually stuck to my carpet from the dry blood from my arms. And wearing long sleeves in the summer, that way nobody would see my scars. It is preventable, and it should never get that far, but I didn't see it at that time, but afterwards I did. And afterwards I finally came to myself and I was like, I need to be happy. I deserve to be happy. I need to be me. So it was way back when I started thinking about moving forward with things with my transition. I was just a coward about it. And I just fell back into depression and trying to be somebody that I wasn't. I'm not happy that I tried to kill myself at all. But what I did is I put a tattoo over the scars. This tattoo right here, it's a dragon. And from here to here, that was the biggest scar. That point. So this tattoo just covers up that, and it's a constant reminder. Of course, I did the colors of the Superman symbol and all that because I'm a giant fan of Superman, Supergirl, and all of them. But the point is this did take place, and I wanted to share my story about that attempt. And right now, I'm thrilled that it didn't work, that I didn't go through with it, because obviously there was some part of me that was holding back, that didn't cut deep enough, or that didn't, really do what needed to be done for it to be over. And I'm thankful for that part of me that held back. Suicide is never the answer. Suicide can be prevented. I know that it's scared to come forward and be who you really want to be, or, do something that you really want to do. There's many things out there that are scary. That's a path that you should not go down, is suicide. And there are people out there willing to help. No matter what you're going through, somebody can somewhat relate to your situation. And I'm not one to ask for help, not even at work. I could be drowning in work and I just keep on plugging away. But sometimes you have to ask for help, especially when it comes to life. And it's so hard. It's so terribly hard to ask for help sometimes. But there's some people out there that are happy to help. That's kind of like their life goal. So you should always reach out for help whenever you can, whenever you need to, whenever you have doubt, or whenever you're scared, ask for help. And there's people out there, so many of them, there's plenty of numbers for you to call. And even in the transgender world, they have the first transgender hotline number. So there you go. You have all these answers. As far as outside of being transgender, there's many, many, many routes to take. And, there's always somebody out there to help. Me, or many other people. And if you need to be pointed in the right direction, there's no problem. That can always be done. All you have to do is ask. So, thanks everybody for this. I just wanted to go ahead and get that out there to share with you. Sometimes it kind of helps to hear from somebody else's point of view. I guess that would be this whole channel, but you know how that is. Watching. Be safe. Take care of yourself. You come first. In your life, you come first. And thanks for watching.